everybody, and welcome to Fit and Fine. I'm your host, Sheron Mickie. I'm so excited to be here, and thank you for tuning in to our show today. Today we have a wonderful guest, Ghazel.
Hello.
Hi.
How you doing?
G-Tech in the house.
Hi, represent.
So Ghazel, please tell my fabulous audience, what do you do?
I am into electronics. I like to build electronics and do things like that, repair the computers, things like that nature. Yes.
That seems, the way you're saying it seems really easy. Is it easy to build computers and take them apart and know what parts are what?
I wouldn't say it's easy, but it's a learning lesson and it's fun to learn, and I think that's why I like it so much. It's always a challenge to learn something new. So constantly learning.
So wait, Ghazel, let me get this straight. You can actually get a computer console, take it apart, and put it back together.
Yes, I can.
If there's something wrong with one of the parts, you can actually locate what the problem is.
Usually, most of the time I could figure it out. By deduction, I could figure out whether it's a power supply issue or, whether it's the motherboard. I could try to isolate it, but usually I can figure it out, yes.
That's so awesome. I mean, because nowadays, if you haven't noticed, most homes have a computer. So if something goes wrong with your computer, can you fix it on your own, or do you need to call G-Tech?
I think you can fix a lot of the problems on your own. I think if you look at the power supply, which is a common issue for computers, sometimes they get clogged up with dirt. So if you take the dirt out, maybe look inside, blow it with a vacuum cleaner, suck out the dirt. 9 times out of 10, that could be your issue. Usually they get clogged with the fan, and once the fan gets clogged, the computer doesn't work. So that's one little tip to help your computer get up and running. And it's probably not a bad idea to do it every so often, just in case, to prevent it from crashing, which is a problem. Yeah.
Right, so with computer crashes, you lose all of your pictures and all of your telephone numbers that you stored from your cell phone, everything. Is there a way to get it back?
It depends on how it crashed. If the hard drive crashed, then you probably won't get it back. But if it's a hardware issue, you can sometimes replace the hardware, and you might get lucky and save the hard drive and the data from the hard drive. It depends.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
So, G-Tech, let me ask you, were you always fascinated? Were you the type of child that opened up toasters and radios and got in trouble? And...
That was definitely me.
Really? Yeah. Tell us more about that.
Pretty much a lot of my toys used to be broken all the time because I often took it apart to experiment. So I had a bunch of broken parts in my room most of the time. That was always fun. But it's a learning lesson, and that's what I like about it.
That's great.
Yeah.
So when did you learn that you had a passion for electronics, or even able to work or use electronics?
I think it was when I went to high school. I went to Aviation High School out in Queens, which is a really good school.
Mm-hmm.
And they showed me pretty much a lot of things, and it's a beautiful school to go to. I wish every kid could go to that school. I learned a lot in that school, and that's when I realized I like electronics. They taught you how to solder and things like that. So
that's
cool.
so awesome.
Yeah.
So what are you doing now?
Right now, I work with a digital media company, which is pretty much just getting videos up on screens, like in Times Square, or on the LED sign. I work for ABC, so I do that now, which is pretty cool. It's nice to see what you do with your hands up on big signs in Times Square. You can say, yeah, I did that. As a matter of fact, I was there for the Obama election when he was inaugurated, or elected, excuse me. And I was able to push the button for the ABC sign and say that he was voted in, which was pretty cool. It's nice to let Times Square know that.
Yeah.
It felt good.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I would love to do something like that. How can we get other people to learn about computers? Because the reason why I ask is because some people think that computers is like a foreign language. Mm-hmm. Is it?
If you're not comfortable and you're afraid of it, yes, it's true. You pretty much need to first get over the fear of it and just be interested in learning how it works. So once you get past that, I think you would be able to learn how it is. And then sometimes getting a little how-to books is usually helpful, but I don't know an easy way how to say it. I could maybe teach somebody if they had questions about something basic. I can help you out.
So Ghazel, in the event that any of my fabulous audience members would like to contact you, or they had a question about their computer or computer services or hard drives or power supplies or anything that you just said, is there a way we can contact you?
Sure, you can reach me at my website, which is ghazeltech.com. GHAZALTECH.com.
Perfect. Or you can contact us here on Fit and Fine at 212-591-1515.
What's that
That's
number?
212-591-1515. So now that you told us all the fabulous things, yes, you like this since you were young, and now you're like flipping switches, big 42nd Street signs. What are some of the downsides of this whole computer, electronic?
The downside
field?
is that usually people expect you to figure things out. They expect you to have an answer for everything, and sometimes you don't have an answer for everything. And sometimes that could be a little difficult if you can't figure it out. I guess that would be the downside. But pretty much the downside, I don't really see a downside. I mean, I feel good about it because we were able to continue working through the recession, and it was kind of amazing to be fortunate to have a job when I see a lot of my friends, struggling. I feel blessed that I was able to stay in a position where I was able to continue working. I don't really think there's much of a downside to that.
Right, I hear that. I don't see a downside to that at all. As long as I'm able to keep working, I'm very happy.
Yeah.
And being that this whole world is becoming dominated by computers, I think you'll always have a position. Is that fair to say?
It is fair to say, and you actually have to be careful because we actually created programs that replaced a lot of operators. And that's when it finally hit me and realized that, sometimes the older generation used to be afraid of computers because they were afraid it was going to take everybody's job. And I think it's actually true because it actually was a part of it. And that's when it really hit me. You got to be careful. These computers, you can make programs that can replace people, and if you're not really careful, I think it could get out of hand.
Really?
Which is pretty interesting, yeah.
That's pretty interesting.
That's when it hit me because we replaced about 5 operators. We had operators that were doing this manual work.
Yeah.
They designed this program, and then there was no need for the operators. So that was.
So they lost their position.
They lost their position. Wow. Yeah, and it's been 7 years. The program's been running, no problem.
Wow. Without any operators.
Yeah.
Wow.
Without any operators.
So that's a success in one hand. And
yeah, so be careful what you build out there. The programs might replace yourself.
Now, as far as speaking of building, you build computers, you fix Xbox consoles, you do
Definitely.
laptops, desktops.
Anything electronic, I try to fix. I find everything interesting. But definitely, I think the Xbox thing, the Xbox repairs, was been doing really good for me. A lot of people have their Xbox broken. So I would, not broken, but it needs some work to work properly.
Right.
And I put my little touch on it. It comes up running.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, nice to see people using the Xbox again.
Yes.
Bring some life back to it, so you have to buy another console. So bring your Xbox, get it repaired, and enjoy it again like it was new.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, get it repaired.
So wait, you get a joy out of fixing people's machines
do.
or electronics because it's like
Yeah.
now it's working again. They like
It's nice to
can't
see them, happy. They come back, I miss my Xbox has been working for 2 weeks, I know what it's like to have, your game not working or whatever.
Yeah.
So we'll hook it up for you,
What makes you fit and fine?
I try to stay in shape. And this one guy was speaking to us and he said, a lot of these youngsters are getting diabetes and stuff like that, and they're getting hurt, they're overweight. And he said, how can you march if you're overweight? You can't march if you're hurt. You can't march if you have diabetes. So you got to stay in shape so you can have a voice and let the community know that you have a voice. And we were walking down Jamaica Avenue. It was really cool that we were walking with a lot of people. And that's when it really hit me that you got to stay in shape. You got to, march a little bit. You let people know what you feel strong about,
Yes.
For real. So that's why I try to stay in shape. For real.
It has been such a wonderful, wonderful pleasure to have Ghazel here on our show. And I must say that speaking to you, there are a lot of machines at home that I would really like to bring your way.
Bring it on in. We'll hook it up.
Because it's so easy for you to buy a console, but it may be a little hard to maintain it. When you think you know what you're doing, then all of a sudden it's like it's dusty or it's not working right. You don't know what's up.
There's no question too simple, for sure.
That sounds awesome. Thank you so much. Thank
My
you for
pleasure.
being on our show. You've been wonderful.
My pleasure. Thank you for inviting me.
You're welcome.
All right.
So, until next time, stay fit and stay fine.
All right.
Everybody, welcome to Fit and Fine. Up next, we'll have Miss Altivese Irvin with her new skincare line product, My Ultimate Dream. Altivese, you know, I'm so excited because I had the opportunity of working with you before on the Platinum Wigs project.
Yes, that was a lot of fun.
And I thought that you were absolutely fabulous. And when I first told Altivese that I use the same soap on my body as I do on my face, she gave me this look like, no, you don't. No, you didn't. And I said, yes, I do. And she said, you know, I have to teach you more. And she has. And I'm happy that you're here, and I want you to teach my fabulous audience.
Hi, my name is Altivese Irvin. I'm here on Fit and Fine with Sheron Mickie, here to talk about my product line, My Ultimate Dream. I'm so excited to bring this to you. I came up with this concept of this cleanser and moisturizer because I really felt that there wasn't anything on the market quite like it. I am more of an A personality type. I don't want to do a whole lot to look good. I am more of a minimalist. So a cleanser and a moisturizer is perfect for me. And I've discovered that a lot of people really don't want to do a whole big skincare regimen either. So my cleanser is more of a natural based cleanser that also treats your skin so that you can wear it on your skin as a mask, and it exfoliates your skin, because exfoliation is very important in a skincare regimen to turn over those cells more quickly so that your fresh newer cells can come to the surface and keep you looking young and fabulous as long as you possibly can. So with the cleanser, you would apply it to your skin. You don't have to put water on your face first. First, you pump maybe 1 pump. If your skin is particularly oily, maybe 2 pumps. And you will apply it to your skin, rubbing it in all the way in from the bottom going up, because you always want to fight against gravity. Gravity is bringing you down, bring it up. So you're going to rub and apply the product going up in circular motions. Maybe do that for a minute or two, because it has oatmeal bits in it that will exfoliate your skin as you're rubbing it in, so that's very good. But we also have papaya and pumpkin, which have enzymes that eat the dead skin cells off of your skin, as well as ingredients that help to fight acne bacteria, and conditioning ingredients that help to condition your skin and bring the moisture back. So you're really getting a great treatment from this cleanser, which is so much more than a cleanser. All right, so after you cleanse, you'll rinse your face off. If you like, you can put it on before you get in the shower, and after your shower, rinse it off, which makes it very easy. And then you will move right along to the moisturizer. Now the moisturizer is not only just a moisturizer, it also has sunscreen ingredients in it. Natural sunscreen, which is zinc oxide and titanium, which is about an SPF 15, which is great for most people to use for your daily skincare needs. Unless you're going into extreme hot weather, you may want to get more of a broad spectrum with extremely high sun percentage sunscreen abilities. However, for regular daily use, this is excellent because it has sunscreen capabilities as well as anti-aging ingredients. I have vitamins and minerals in here that will help to fight free radicals. from destroying your skin cells. So this product will moisturize your skin. It will give you some sun protection. It will also give you some anti-aging benefits. It's light and hydrating, and if you need to use more, if your skin is particularly dry, you can certainly use more, and if you need to use less, if you're an oily skin type, this is still a fabulous protectant for the skin. And this is your two-step process, my ultimate dream.
Altivese, let's talk about how to keep our skin in good condition.
Okay, one of the main things that is the most important for your skin to stay in the best condition is having a balance of oil and water on your skin. So naturally our pores secrete oil and water. However, depending on your skin type, you may need to use a product that is specific to what your skin naturally does.
Your skin type?
Yes, skin type. Skin type is, you could have dry skin, you could have normal skin, you could have oily skin, which is one of the reasons that it's very important to have a facial once a month. It will help you to find out what your skin type is and how to properly care for your skin from a skincare professional. Being that I'm a licensed esthetician, I'm licensed to take care of the skin and to advise you on how to take care of your skin from head to toe.
How do we properly care for dry skin?
Okay. With dry skin, the skin is not producing enough oil to properly balance the moisture mantle on your skin. So you will need first to cleanse your skin with a creamy cleanser. You don't want to use anything that's too soapy and too sudsy. It'll strip whatever little bit of existing oil the dry skin has and just totally strip it until your skin is drier. And then what the skin will do to compensate for stripping all the oil, it'll secrete an amazing amount of new oil to your skin, which will make you think you're an oily skin type, but you're not.
Well, you're not. Okay, so I don't know what type of skin I have, but can you tell me about oily skin?
Okay, with oily skin, the oil glands are producing way too much oil, and usually you'll see a person with very large pores. Those are usually the oilier skin people.
Oh,
because the oil is pushing the pores open much wider than they usually should appear. So the cleanser that you'll use with an oily skin person will have maybe a little bit more of a soapy or sudsy content to it. It will strip a little bit more oil because they have too much oil.
Right.
So you can still tone after that, and then you would use a light hydrating moisturizer because they're not lacking oil. They have
too much oil already.
So the moisturizer really should be light, and you still need to protect the skin even if you're oily skin, and you have to put some moisture back in after you wash your face. So an oily skin person still needs to do the whole regimen just like a dry skin person. Okay.
What about acne skin and with blackheads?
Okay, well, when there's too much oil present on the skin and also acne bacteria come into contact with that oil, you can really get a bad infection of acne.
Right.
And a lot of times, I know you notice that some people's acne either just looks very white or sometimes it's red and it looks painful.
I know.
Well, the trauma on the skin causes the blood cells to say, we have to save the skin, something's going on. So the white blood cells go and rush to that area.
Right.
And that's why you see the blood mix in with the oil.
Is that
and that's
what
why
that
it
is?
hurts. Yes, and that's why it hurts, because of the inflammation.
Wow.
Yes. So extractions are very important, especially if you're having an acne. Well, with sensitive skin, sometimes it's because of too much sun exposure, or it's just because a person's skin is just very sensitive. You want to try to use products that are fragrance-free, that have mostly natural ingredients in them.
Yes.
And sometimes you have to test a product out if you're a sensitive skin person. Just put a little bit on your jawbone,
On your jawbone
yeah,
over here?
Right on your jawbone. That's always the great place to test everything. And even if you're trying like your makeup and foundation, you try it on your jawbone.
Really?
Yeah. Taper out.
What's anti-aging?
Anti-aging means that you're using products that help to preserve your skin's natural elasticity and collagen that you normally, had when you were younger. And then as we get older, as soon as you start to see those signs, and when you started to look in the mirror and say, that line wasn't there before, and I thought my skin looked fuller, that's when you know it's starting to happen. So that's when you can start to use products. Oh no. Okay, so for the gentlemen, skincare regimen is just as important for you guys too, even though you have several advantages over us. Men's skin actually is 25% thicker than ours.
Hey.
Yes, they secrete more oil, and their collagen is much denser than ours. So yes, and it has been said that men can appear 15 years younger than women just because of all that extra that they have going on.
Because they do look younger than us in a way sometimes, you know this?
Mm-hmm. But a lot of times they still kind of even out as far as age-wise because they don't really take the same care of their skin as we do. But with the tips that I'm saying about finding out your skin type, the same applies. There's some men whose skin are a little bit drier, and maybe they need to follow the advice that I was saying about dry skin, and the same thing with oily skin and acne skin. The procedure to take care of your skin, whether you're a man or a woman, is the same. However, the advantages that men have, just use that advantage and use a sunscreen.
Okay. Can you tell us once again what's your information, like if we wanted to get in contact with you?
Altivese at AOL.com.
So I'm Sheron Mickie, and thank you so much for tuning in here on Fit and Fine with us. So until next time, stay fit and stay fine.